And hello again, YouTube. It is Sunday morning. I forget the date. I want to say July 17th, 2022. 7:38 a.m. I was trying to beat a used store by 7 a.m., but obviously I'm not quite getting that done. But yeah, it's going to be hot. I'm going to be stomping cans and sweating, so I definitely need a beverage. So I moved parking spots because I really want to get some video footage of this woman that was next to me by the soda fountain. I talked to her briefly. I didn't really say anything of substance other than commenting about how many different things on the soda fountain were out of stock, and how it's like, yeah, almost everything I want to drink here is out of stock. They're out of stock of the watermelon strawberry tea that's usually on the fountain. They don't have any, like, they have the dark tea, and they've got the dark tea and the sweet, or the regular tea, the brewed tea, and then the brewed sweet tea. Both of those are out. The Circle K water, which is basically Circle K's own version of vitamin water, which is delicious. The only kind that they're not out of is spicy watermelon. Yeah, hard pass on spicy watermelon. They've got one that's called Tropical Breeze, which is kind of like a mango pineapple sort of thing. Absolutely love that, but of course that one's out of stock. Like, it doesn't have a sticker on it saying it's not there, but this time I just thought I'd check it and push the little button rather than waste a whole cup of ice, and sure as shit, I hit it and just water coming out. Which is just extreme negligence on the part of the cashiers here, because it was out when I came here yesterday. So not only have they not bothered to swap out the mix, but if they're out of mix, they've also neglected to put a sign on it just saying, hey, out of order. So, or, out of stock or whatever. That way people that want to get it aren't filling a fountain cup full of ice. Aren't filling a fountain cup full of ice. Aren't filling a fountain cup full of ice and then putting that in and going, wow, damn, I just got a cup full of water. I was hoping to get a cup full of the Tropical Breeze, and then, wasting the ice, dumping it into the bottom of the fountain as you try again. And I mean, if that's the kind of drink you're looking for, which is what kind of drink I'm looking for, like something sweet and uncarbonated, you might do that 2 or 3 times and dump out the ice before you find something. Anyway, I ended up getting the Powerade, the mango Powerade, which is not my favorite, but it's tolerable. When it gets this hot, especially when it's this hot, and I'm doing, goddamn, I got a fly in here. When it gets this hot, fly needs to get the fuck out of here. Get out, fly. Let's go back. Yes, get out. Bye. I got the fly out. Mission accomplished there. Anyway, yeah, when it gets this hot, and I'm working on recycling. Like, I don't want anything carbonated. I want something that's going to quench my thirst. I mean, granted, the smart thing to do would have been to grab a couple of cold water bottles from home, but I didn't do that. I don't feel like going back home and backtracking since I'm like functionally halfway to my storage. I had to fold up my sunshade because when Rob took it out to work on my AC the other day, he just kind of crumpled it up. Oh, that's the girl I was looking for. That's it. That's her. Didn't expect to see her rolling with a dude because she rolled in solo. So, probably kind of hard to tell in this video, but standing next to her, she's cute. She's fit, petite, and got a reasonably cute face and nice tight little body. I mean, that's if I was going to put up a homeless chick and have a homeless chick living with me, that would kind of be the direction I'd be leaning, as opposed to what I got on my couch right now. Which, in the arguments that we had yesterday, I had to pretty much point out to her that, when she finally, I'm like, well, and at one point, and I'm jumping all over the day anyway, but at one point, so Friday. Oh, other thing I noticed on that girl, she's wearing a shirt it's not exactly a half shirt, but it's high enough I could see her belly, a little bit of it, and Yeah, she's got a flat stomach, so she's not fat, which, you know, she saw in the video of Priscilla these days. Priscilla's got a gut. Yeah, ladies, I don't know too many men that find that shit attractive. Just saying. Do some sit-ups. Do you know, manage your diet and exercise enough that you don't have that, because normal guys aren't into that. I mean, I can take a little bit, but for the most part, I want a flat stomach. I put up with it with Priscilla because I figured we got it past and there's more involved. But yeah, I don't like it. Hell no, I don't like it. And I've told her I don't like it. And the funny thing is, I know she's losing weight, but she's not really working out, so the weight is kind of disappearing from places I'd like it to stay. And meanwhile, her gut is still just hanging out there. Although granted, the position she was sleeping in the beginning of the last video kind of exaggerates it more than it normally is. So anyway, a homeless chick there that just took off with the guys with the clear backpack. I don't know if she bought a drink. I'm assuming she did. But she's also filling some bottles with free water, which is fine. I mean, I'm sure that's annoying for the Circle K managers, but I think that's actually a law that businesses have to do that in Arizona, which is fine. I mean, it's going to get up to 114 today, 113 today. You don't get homeless people dying because they can't get water. That's yeah. It's a shame, though, that there's not more public facilities doing that burden falls on businesses like Circle K. That is kind of shitty. The city of Phoenix should have hydration stations placed at regular intervals. I think that's something the city could certainly afford to provide. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, I left Bullock's about 3. So explaining the last video, I left Bullock's about 3:30 a.m. I got home. It was definitely before 4 that I got home. To find Priscilla in more or less the same position that she's on the couch right now. Just in which is frustrating because like the day before, she had really cleaned up the mess in the living room. Like she'd finally, I got a picture of it, so I know what happened. She finally cleared off the damn coffee table. Like the only thing that she had on the coffee table that was hers was there was some random papers, some small stuff, which is kind of what the coffee table is for. But she had her tablet, which is in a frame, which was given to her as kind of an accessibility thing when she was going blind, which she doesn't use for accessibility. She uses it to stream Netflix. And she's streaming Netflix all the time, which is just, I find annoying to no end. I don't want to see those shows. I don't want to hear those shows. You want to watch those shows? You need to go home. Oh, that's right. You're homeless. You don't have a home to go to. You're still in my living room. Yeah. So that shit is in my living room with it, what I don't want to deal with, but I'm stuck with it. So anyway, she goes to, so that's there, but at least she's got it shut off, thank God. At least I think she had it shut off. Anyway, so she, but yeah, she's like sleeping, sitting up, and all that clutter pretty comparable to how the last video started. And then all this additional shit that she's put on my fucking coffee table. So I'm not happy about this. And I do my usual, get home, snap some pictures of it, so I have a record of what she's doing to my place. And then I go to, anyway, I at this point I'm frustrated. I'm just beyond tired, so I lay down, go to bed. At some point later in the morning, I wake up restless, which is that's just kind of going hand in hand with the sexual frustration I'm going through with her. Just Priscilla still living there, and trying to reap the benefits of having this relationship with me, but not giving me the benefits that she's supposed to be giving me of having the relationship with her. Do I feel like I'm entitled to it? Yes, I fucking completely feel like I'm entitled to it. You be a woman and invading a man's space like that, you need to be giving it up to that man. Period. Full stop. End of story. Unless you've discussed that that's not part of the arrangement. But if going into that situation, that was part of the arrangement, that needs to remain part of the arrangement, or you got to go. That's how it works. Yeah, you got to go. any guy who's, I feel like I'm a sucker. One guy told me that makes me a cuck. No, that doesn't make me a cuck. It debatably might make me a simp. I'll concede to that. I really don't feel that I'm a simp. I'm doing what I can to try to get her the fuck out of there, or maybe fix the relationship. But I'm just so fucking frustrated with everything that's that right now. Man, just walking over here and getting to the sun, the temperature change between the shade where my car is. I wish I'd considered that when I got the storage unit. And I have no option of getting another storage unit either, because this place has had no vacancy for quite some time. So, getting another storage unit here. So yeah, lately I'm crushing my cans on this side where I get a little bit of shade up until the point where that shadow moves closer to the point it's unbearable. This will work on, let's see, this will work on this bag, a can for crushed aluminum. I don't think there's any aluminum in that bag. One of them bags I can't believe Priscilla was serious about how she felt I was taking money from her, taking her recycling. Like, take a look inside this bag. Take a look inside, oh, my battery's so low. Oh, hey, there's a can. There's one can in there. There's actually, Truly Strawberry Hard Seltzer. Yeah, those cans. Now I would say that can there, that's probably hers, because that's ginger beer. She buys the ginger beer. Those hard seltzer cans, those are most definitely cans that I found while walking or whatever, and just threw in the baseboard of my car to try to clean up wherever I was walking and recycle at the same time, and just threw in that bag as a convenient way to get it into the storage unit and not just loose mess. So, yeah. Dang it. I just need to... I can't wait till it stops being so damn hot, but I'm still solid 2 months away from that. Okay, that's crushed. That is finished crushed plastic, ready to be taken to the recycle center. I really don't think they're open on Sundays. I'm certainly not driving there to find out. And that is another form of recycling. That is all recycled packing materials, which I use, when I'm doing my eBay shipping. Not that I'm really doing a lot of that right now. I mean, I still have an active eBay store up, but there's just nothing on there anybody's buying, and I'm not actively doing anything to try to jockey the prices to keep it, I'm not doing anything whatsoever to try to promote it. I'm letting those items sit, and I'm hoping I'm not missing any sales. As bad as my situation has been with my cell phones, there's another. That's recycled packing materials. This is also recycled packing materials. I'm not doing anything with that right now, but I will, and I'm certainly not throwing out my packing materials, because once I get that pumping again, which I expect to really get that going once I get that human mess out of my living room and actually have that space to use towards that. And I'm not expanding that box. I am, however, moving that box over here. What's this one? More recycled packing materials. Not sure why I have all these recycled packing materials for the front. I must have been, I don't know, I don't remember. Hey, anybody want to get laid? This turntable really shouldn't be right here. It's not a good spot for it. Okay, that is a full container. Ooh, and the box is coming apart on the bottom. Full container. Crushed plastic. I'm not making much progress in my dang story about Priscilla, am I? Oh, shit. Oh, that's not good. This is one of my DJ cases, and the weight of all the stuff I have on top of it is bending it. Ooh, I need to handle that. That's damaging that item. I need to get that weight off of there. I need to do that today. That's glad I noticed that. That's a priority. I need to get that handled. Dang, I really thought it could support that much weight, but I guess I don't know much of what else in there. All right, there's some recycling that needs sorted. That box is big. I kind of need a small, like a medium, smallish box for crushed plastic. One of these will do. I just need to get these two apart. You know, I set the phone down. They don't usually bond to each other quite like that. Take the dirtier of those two for recycling. Still recording? I can't tell. It's so bright out here with the sun. I can't see the screen. Oh, it is still recording. But I bet that was some quality footage. Okay, I'm ready to start on the recycling, so I should probably wrap this up. So anyways, trying to make progress on my Friday story is going to end up being spread out over several videos, because I got to get this done while, before it gets too brutally hot. It's already warmer than I like right now. And I need to get this phone on the charger in the car, because its power is super low. Hey, I found a quarter. There's a come up. Anyway, my Circle K drink here. I'm gonna need to stay hydrated while I do this. At one point I got up and, like, as I'm restless, generally speaking, I'm trying to document all this. So I'll get up and I'll take a picture, again, like another picture of her mess, just showing whether or not she's still sleeping, in her nest, and how she's sleeping and what kind of mess she's choosing to sleep in versus choosing to sleep with me. And for me, that's a choice. That's your choices. Actions speak louder than words. Your choices tell me more than the bullshit coming out of your mouth, because it seems like most of that is lies at this point. Yeah, when she's choosing to sleep, like the last video started showing her sleeping in that mess there, what that tells me is I would rather sleep fully clothed in a contorted weird position in a big pile of my own fucking garbage than sleep with you. Yeah, you know what? If I'm taking in a homeless chick who can't afford anywhere else to live, which our arguments yesterday established that she is, I'm taking in one that wants to sleep with me. Hopefully one that looks pretty good naked. I'm thinking that homeless chick at the beginning of this video at Circle K probably looks pretty good naked. Now, I could definitely see some stretch marks. She's definitely got a kid somewhere. She doesn't have with her. I mean, I'm not trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho, but in the different timeline where Priscilla's already out of my place, and her and that chick there, or me and that chick that was at the beginning of this video, made a real solid, like, connection at the soda fountain and had a stronger conversation. And she was looking to be with somebody that could better her life more than the apparently homeless people that she walked off with. And in that one, of course, she's not. Yeah, the odds are that chick's doing all kinds of drugs, but whatever. But in this same hypothetical situation, she's not. She's not doing drugs, because I got no room in my life for that shit. I would be giving that place a stable, that woman, in exchange for a willing partner who wants to sleep with me, wants to be with me in bed at night, and isn't trashing my apartment. In exchange for that, I would be, helping her out with the stability needed and a place to get cleaned up so she can go look for a decent job. And then once she's on that, the experience needed to go about getting her kids back into her life. It's been there, done that. Obviously need to do it again. But anyway, I know, I fantasize. That woman, if I met her, is probably terrible. Let's be real. But she seemed she seemed sweet, the little conversation we had at the soda fountain. So anyway, back to Priscilla, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I come in and I see that she's like that. She fell asleep like that, as opposed to getting naked and laying down in my bed and being in my bed, sleeping like a person in a bed, a normal person in a bed, waiting for me to come home and cuddle up next to her. So that's the right thing to do. What she's doing, definitely the wrong thing to do. Yeah. Ooh, I just got to pop up on 5% battery. I need to wrap this up. I'm wasting valuable recycling time. But I just want to get this out of I want to get this out because it's really weighing on my mind, bothering me. So anyway, so I go out and I walk into the living room to take pictures. And at least this is an interesting change. I mean, she's been home since Monday morning because she'd been leaving and staying the night with, and sleeping with other people and refusing to tell me who these other people are, where she's sleeping, which has been bothering me to no end. And at least she's been staying home and we've been kind of talking. Feels like we're making progress, but then when I see her sleeping in her mess like that, making a bigger mess, I'm like, everything I told her. Apparently it didn't sink in. Apparently she listened and she acted like she was understanding, but she's not following directions. She's not, oh yeah, that's right, you're right, yeah. But she's not, actions speak louder than the words, and those actions are just pissing me the fuck off. And saying that I'd rather sleep in I'd rather mess up your living room again and then sleep in that own mess than sleep with you. Yeah, I don't want to sleep with you anymore. If you don't want to sleep with me anymore, why the fuck are you here? Why are you in my home? Get your own home. Get the fuck out. So anyway, so it gets worse. I'm not sure what time of the morning it was. I want to say maybe about 6 a.m.-ish. The sun was definitely already up, but it wasn't bright out yet. And I get up and I walk into the living room and just doing my normal thing. Whenever I'm restless, I go in and at least snap a picture of her sleeping. I might, if I've already taken pictures of the mess, there's no changes in the mess. I'm not taking more pictures of the mess, but snap a picture of her how she's choosing to sleep versus being with me. It at least shows, hey, at this point she was there and not off somewhere else sleeping with someone else. And she's so I know she's gone, so I take a couple more pictures of the mess just to see if there was any changes between her sleeping, sitting up in that mess, and her leaving. And then I go to the back door to take a picture showing that her vehicle is gone, and I'm surprised to see her vehicle still there. So I'm like, well, that's weird. So I'm walking back through the apartment. I realize she's in the bathroom. I hadn't noticed that. She pulled the door closed, but I noticed the door is closed and there's light coming from the door. So she's definitely in the bathroom. And I'm like, well, okay, whatever. So I go back to bed. And to my surprise, after she comes out of the bathroom, she climbs in bed with me. Climbs in bed with me, fully clothed, doesn't even take her shoes off. Climbs in my bed with her shoes on. No, not acceptable. Where are you from? How were you raised that that's okay? Dear God, I hope that's really not a black thing, because I hope it's not, because it's a really bothers me sort of thing. I'll tell you that. Now, I didn't realize she had her shoes on until later. But she's laying there. Well, she kind of climbed in bed, and I had already sort of dozed off by the time she climbed in my bed. But I woke up later, realized she was there, and she had her arm around me. I mean, she's not touching on me in any kind of really sexual way, but she's got her arm around me, so she's touching me. She's in my bed. Like, really? I'm in here naked. You come in here fully clothed? You ain't doing it right. You don't seem to be recognizing what the appropriate attire is for this bed. Judge, read the room. Notice how the other person in this room is dressed in this bed. You need to be matching that. That's the king of this castle. You need to abide by the kingdom rules. Yeah, so she anyway, so at this point I just kind of reach, and I'm not even really trying to touch her in any kind of sexual way. I'm just trying to kind of hold her back. I mean, she's kind of feeling on me, and I'm just trying to cuddle and feel on her too. Okay, well, at least this is progressed from what I didn't like to something better. It's you know, I don't like that you came into my bed fully clothed, but hey, at least you're kind of cuddling with me, and this is nicer than you being in that horrific mess you made on my couch, sleeping sitting up. So that's fine. Let me put my arm around you, baby steps, maybe, you know, slowly progress to things being better. And I immediately get the don't touch me. Don't touch me. And her, did I say you can touch me? Don't touch me. And her swatting at me. Bitch, you climbed in my bed. And that was it. That was the one that pushed me over the edge. And I just started like, no. How dare you fucking climb in my bed and then tell me that shit? Get the fuck out of my bed. The fuck out of my apartment. And we had just a drag out argument. And it was in the middle of that she lunged at me. She tried to grab my cell phone, tried to steal my cell phone right in front of me. Oh, let me see what's going on in your cell phone. See what you're doing. See what lies you're telling me. Bitch, back the fuck off. That's my private shit. You have no right to be touching that. So yeah, it got ugly, and I'm like, why? So of course I just kept drilling into the same thing. Why are you still here? Why are you still here? Why are you still here? You don't want me to touch you. Why are you still here? Why are you in my home? You have no business being here. And she finally said it. I can't afford to live anywhere else. Well, guess what? You're not on the lease. You've never been on the lease. This is not your home. You need to go. If you can't afford to live anywhere else, and this isn't your home, you're homeless. Guess what? You're homeless. Now, if I'm taking in a homeless chick, I'm not taking in a homeless chick that's trashing my place and tells me not to touch her. That's not the way taking in a homeless chick works. Sorry. Not how it works in my world, anyway. Anyway, there's a lot more of the story, but at this point I'm wasting precious time. Oh, there's so much more of the story. There's a lot happened yesterday, and as you saw from the beginning of the last video, it didn't. It still ended with just absolute revolting scene on my couch. I will tell you, I told her I was changing the locks on the first. She needed to get the fuck out. I was changing the locks on the first, and she's like, well, you have to legally give me a 30-day notice. Bitch, I've been telling you got to get out of my apartment for over a year. Oh, you still got to give me a 30-day written notice. You need to read the law. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, see if that law gets the doors unlocked when you show up on the first, if you ain't out of here yet. See what that law does for you. You can take me to court, but it ain't getting those doors open.